Hello, welcome to the Elpis unit. I am so glad you're here. So hopefully I have met with you individually. And what that is that you've signed your agreement, you're part of the team. Now what, right? Well, I am your sales director, Steffi Shipley. So again, welcome. But what it is that I will meet with you one-on-one, whether it's by Zoom or if it's in person, and you get your new consultant packet. This is something I do for my team, and it just tells you all the things and what to expect. So here's what it looks like. If you haven't set it up with me yet, you need to do that ASAP. I like that to be set up within the first 3 days of you signing to get you started and so you don't miss any of the important things. All right, so I'm not going to go through each thing, excuse me, in the packet because we will do that one-on-one. So I just want to briefly just tell you a little bit of what to expect. So this is for you, your education and your training after you've done the packet. And hopefully we've already scheduled your launch party, or maybe we've already had it. And that is wonderful. And this is what comes next. So after we've done all that, we've met with one-on-one, we've gone over the packet, you know what to expect. We've already scheduled your launch party or you've already had it. Now what? Well, this is where a lot of your own motivation comes into play. So, first, I want you to know that your training never stops. Even if you've been in Mary Kay for 30 years, it never ends because we're always learning something new. Or maybe we need to be rejuvenated again and refreshed, right? So, even if you've heard the same thing 500 times, maybe that 501 time resonates with you. Okay, so that's why it's so very important to continue your training. And that means going on In Touch and reading news updates, reading our team newsletter that's emailed to you at the beginning of every month. Talking with your other consultants, talking with your director on a regular basis. Also, our pink huddles, which are Monday nights at 7 p.m. by Zoom, those are very important because not only are you going to get recognition for your hard work and the things that you've done, big and small, but it's also good for training. Okay. And sometimes we have, guest speakers and all kinds of things. And, but it's important to stay up to date. Also, you can stay up to date on our units Facebook group, which is Elpis. Hopefully you've already joined. So majority of all communications go through there. So, okay, you've had your launch party. Now what do you do? Okay, well, first you're going to call all of those people that came to your launch party or text them or send them a card and say, thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for coming. The ones that didn't come, you want to reach out to them and say, I'm so sorry you didn't make it, but I absolutely would love it if you could help support me in my new business by having a facial. Once they agree to the facial, then say, do you have a couple of friends that you can invite to bring with you? And in exchange, I will give you a shopping spree. So, or whatever your hostess plan is, insert that in there and let them know. Give them a reason for wanting to do this, okay? So, yes, they're helping you out, but you also want to give them an incentive. Don't give away too much, okay? But just a little something, whether it's you use my hostess plan or if you use the company's, or if you just make your own and say, I'll give you any one product half off. That way it's at no cost to you, but they're still getting a good discount. So you want to do that. Call all those that didn't come, okay? Reach out. Then go to your 100-person list. Remember that list that you made at the very beginning, about every single person you knew. And don't prejudge. Don't say, oh, well, I don't think they'll be interested. Oh, I don't think this. You never know. If there's anything I have learned in this business thus far, it's you can never know what someone's actually thinking. So don't preassume that they're going to say no or they're not interested. Give them that opportunity to tell you no. One of the best things that I like to do is I like to say every day, how many no's can I get today? Okay. So, you know what? Why? Because if you're getting no's, then not only are you soon going to be getting yeses, but that means you're working, you're asking people. And that is what it's all about. This is a numbers game. And you may call two people, and guess what? You may get two no's. And that's okay. That just means not right now. Okay. Or maybe in the back of their minds, they're thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to ask me to spend a lot of money that I don't have. A lot of people don't like to tell you, look, girl, I don't have the money to do this. But guess what? Pampering session is free. A facial is free. Having a party is free. It truly is. And if they have a party, they can get on your hostess plan and get products, either earn it for free or at discount. So don't be afraid to ask, because guess what? If you don't ask, it's going to automatically be a no because you didn't ask them. But if you take that chance and you do ask them, there's a 50% chance they're going to say yes. Okay. And if you're nervous about it, give me a call. I can work you through it. We can call them together. I don't mind doing that. Okay. So not only have you reached out to the ones that didn't, um, come to your launch party, or if you didn't have a launch party, maybe you're doing this on your own for whatever reason. Some choose not to. I always think it's a very good idea to have that initial oomph in your business, and by having one, whether you're doing this just only want to earn a few dollars a month, or whether you're wanting to eventually replace your full-time income. Regardless, I think it's important to have one. Okay. So talk to me about it, if you haven't already scheduled it. Okay. But you do need to be committed. And that's the biggest thing is commit and follow through. Okay. That is all this business is about. This business is not hard. It's truly not. It's just about doing it, making that decision, making that commitment, and following through. Okay, so you're going through your 100 list, you're starting to call people. And if they do say no, say, you know what? Do you know somebody that might enjoy having a pampering session? The reason why this is so huge is because you have to start with people you know first, right? We all do. That's how we all start. But then you want to grow your business outside of that. Doing social media is great, but people don't have a connection with you yet. So you have to post for a long time consistently, like several times a week consistently on social media to get that payback. People just don't reach out to strangers. Okay. So the chance that you're going to get a whole bunch of people just off a couple of social media reels or TikToks, or off your Facebook, is probably pretty slim. So you have to start somewhere. And that is making the actual connection with people. Okay. So you want to reach out to those people. And then if they have a facial, try to get them to have a couple of friends that you don't know come with them. Okay. And then you book them, and then they book their friends, and then they book their friends. Do you see how it just grows and grows? And also talk to people when you're out and about, because yes, they're strangers, but you're face to face and you're getting that personal connection. So talk to people, whether it's, hey, you look so pretty. I just absolutely love your skin. Would you be a model for me? And say, I am, certified, or I am a skincare and cosmetic specialist, whatever the verbiage that you use. have that intro. We even have surveys that you can hand to total strangers and say, hey, I really like your shoes. And I just wanted to come over and say hi and introduce myself. My name is Steffi, and I with Mary Kay. I'm a skincare and cosmetic specialist. And would you be fill this out for me? And it basically just asks some questions like, what skincare regimen do you use now? Would you ever be interested in having a facial? There's certain questions on this facial, and I'll be glad to give that to you. There are so many different things that you can do. But again, all of these things you learn in the Pink Cuddle on Monday nights. We do different topics every week. So after you go through and you're going through all those, you also want to work full circle. So what does that mean? Working full circle is so important in our business. We have 4 pillars in our business. Okay. We book, we sell, we recruit, we coach. Okay. That is the 4 pillars of our business that are fundamentals. And you will be using these 4 pillars when you are a brand new consultant all the way to the tippy top of Mary Kay. So you book your people, and that's what you're working on right now, booking. But guess what? That never changes because people always cancel. That's just human nature, and it happens to the best of us. You're going to have people cancel because they're not thinking about you. They're wrapped up in their own life. So don't get your feelings all hurt because they cancel on you. That's okay. Guess what? Because if you have more on the books, then that one that cancels is not really going to get you that down. Okay. You just want to make sure that you reschedule them. That's all. So you reschedule them and you move on. So you're booking. And then of course when you book them and you get face to face with them, or you're on Zoom with them, or you're doing a Facebook live, however you choose to do it, you're selling because guess what? You are meeting that need. What is it that they need? I'm telling you, there's something that every woman needs. Maybe she just doesn't know it yet, but we all have skin and we all want to look our best. So this is a very, very easy business. It's just a matter of you having the confidence and you knowing what to say and what to do, and just let it come from your heart. So then you're booking, you're selling. Then when you're in the appointment with them, or maybe it's been a busy party and you didn't have time, but you want to call them back and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing what it is that I do? Don't overcomplicate it. Just ask them. Ask them what they do for a living now. What is it that they like about their current job? What is it that they don't like? And when you're asking those things, you're finding out a few very important details. You're finding out what is it that Mary Kay can offer them. This opportunity is amazing if they take a grasp of it, just as if you took grasp of it and you saw the benefit of it. Never forget why you're doing this. If you're doing it for your children, if you're doing it to have more time, more flexibility, not having a boss, to eventually work to doing this full time so you don't have to be in a corporate, or a regular 9 to 5 job. It can happen. I'm a testimony that it does happen and it can happen. So, if you are coachable and you're teachable and you stay in touch with me, I can get you there. Okay. Even when you're having problems or you're down, call me because guess what? We've all been there. Okay. So you're booking, you're selling. Now you're recruiting, right? So you call them, ask them these questions. It may or may not be for them, and that's okay. Guess what? Everything changes in our lives constantly. Our life is like a moving wheel, right? So things are constantly happening. So maybe it may not be right for them right now, but just ask them, can I follow up with you in 3 months, 6 months, whatever, how the conversation goes, and then follow back out. and because maybe in 6 months, maybe they've lost a job. Maybe their management has changed in their job and they're no longer happy. You just don't know. So, and if they say, I just don't have the money to join, guess what? That is the very reason why they need to join. And if they say, I'm too busy, guess what? This is the perfect opportunity to do when you're busy. One, because you know time management, you know how to handle things when you're busy, and you can work this in the pockets of time that you do have. You don't have to do it 24/7. I work full time and I don't work 40 hours a week. I'm telling you, that was the whole point of me doing this. Okay, so now coaching. Well, when you get your facials, your parties, or even a new team member, I'm going to help you with your new team members. So don't stress about that. That is what I'm paid to do. However, you do need to coach your hostesses and you need to coach your facials. That just keeps their excitement up. It keeps them wanting to do this. Even if they're just doing it as a favor to you, that's okay. Because I guarantee you, once you get in front of them, they're going to have fun. And they're going to be so grateful that they came and did it with you, even if it's by Zoom or Facebook or in person. It doesn't matter. It's fun. All women, we love to pamper ourselves, but we just don't put ourselves first. Okay, so how do you coach them? Well, I'm not going into great detail about all these things. This is just trying to give you a little blip about what's next. So when you're coaching, you're just reminding them of the appointment, sending them a quick text or call and saying, hey, I'm so excited. Don't forget, we're meeting such and such place at this date and this time. Okay. Or, hey, do you have a couple of friends that you can bring with you? Any little thing. Sometimes I do as quick as, hey, just thinking about you. Can't wait to see you in a couple of days. Just any little thing to keep in close contact. I keep in contact with my facials and hostesses between 5 and 7 times before their appointments. And I know that seems like a lot, but it's really not. Okay, so that's where you're going to start. Okay, so let's review. You're meeting with me one on one, whether in person or by Zoom, and we're going over your new consultant packet. It's very important to do this within your first 3 days because this has time sensitive information, and I don't want you missing out on free products and prizes and all the things. Okay, so this is very important. Then you schedule your launch party, okay? Or if you've already had your launch party. And then I'm going to direct you to watch this because this gives you that next steps. You're thanking everyone from your launch party. Your any bookings you got from your launch party, you're following up and making sure you have a set date. Stay in contact with your director because they're going to coach you every step of the way so you have successful faces, okay? And you get wins. All right. Also, pay attention to your director's schedule on our Elpis team Facebook group. You will find at the very top a calendar for every month. So it's posted at the beginning of the month, usually at the end of the previous month, and it stays up all month. That gives you all the things that we are doing as a team, which means there's a lot of things that I do on Zoom and also in person that you could never hold any parties on your own. Just bring people to these and I do all the work for you. It is so easy. But what it does for you is that you get the sales. I do the work, but you get the sales, you get the team members, you get the bookings from that. Okay. And whenever I'm doing those, I'm the one giving away the prizes. So they're coming out of mine. And they're so easy for you to do because you're watching and you're learning. And you're getting the best education right there just by watching and learning. And then eventually you'll be off on your own and you do them. So, all right. So you've met with me, you've had your launch party, and now you're watching this. So you're going through, so recap, going through your 100-person list, you're thanking everyone that came to your launch party, you're contacting everyone that did not show up to see if they'll book with you. And then you're trying to ask everyone to bring friends. And then during all that, you're also asking them if this is something they would like to do. Maybe you just don't want to do this alone. Maybe you want your bestie to do this with you. And so, guess what? That is perfect. I love when women join together and they do it. It's so much fun to have someone that you know come in and do it with you. And so you guys can talk about it. You go on trips together. It is so much fun. So, anyway, I love you. And I think so highly that you have made this decision for your family and for you. And you could have not made a better choice because we are one of the top teams. And I am just so elated to have you. All right. I will be checking in with you. And remember, being new, I will be checking in at least 3 times a week with you. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, let me know.